All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is my distinct honor to have Garrett, my side piece, with me once again. I say side piece because he's only half of the video today.
Yeah.
We got another person that made a little stop by this weekend at the Greater Ozarks that we're going to be chatting with. So,
yeah. Sadly, he has a little bit more bowling clout than me, so I am the side piece.
You know,
and I just have to accept that. But
all I know is he a worse bowler going two-handed?
Hey,
because you went two-handed and got worse. Which is almost impossible.
There's, I'm here, and it's good. It's got to go back up eventually.
The learning curve got hit by this table, and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
but the other guy's left-handed, so that's pretty bad.
If he's lefty, I mean, yeah. Shit, I'd be better lefty.
Who
wouldn't be?
Me too.
Left side's walled.
Dead walled. You should see the like Scorpion right now. It's like lefty, 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 lefty. But the PBA is like, we're gonna
listen
to all the complaints to the bowlers at the Masters and get the lefties
just
a shot.
An apology for the Masters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesper's up there. Kevin's up there.
Oh, brother.
BJ Moore made a show yesterday. That's sad.
Why don't we just have separate tournaments for lefties and righties, huh?
We should. Absolutely.
But keep the prize fund for the righties the same.
Yeah, and then the 12 lefties that bowl,
they can contribute to their own prize fund. Anyways,
but
welcome back.
Yeah, what do we got going on today?
So we had a lot happen this week. We got some new scores, some big scores for the tournament. You went to nationals last week, so we're gonna talk about your experience with that. And then we have our special guest, who I'm not going to spoil unless you want to.
No, not yet.
But great guy, tons of bowling knowledge.
Yeah. I'm really thankful that I interviewed him before he bowled the Greater because he bowled subpar.
Oh. Well, the interview was great.
The interview was great.
He was in a great mood for that interview. Expectations were high. He was in a good mood. So yeah, we can go into the scores though.
Yeah. Well, before we do that, I'm gonna do a quick shout out.
Okay.
This little plaque right here, I earned it all on my own. Well, it was a double sleeve, so whatever. But
I helped you with that actually.
You did. You subbed for me twice, and the only times we got money back for the same week, people subbed for me. We never won
that. I went Brooklyn about 4 times, and me and Zeke, with me as a substitute, got high series.
That's crazy.
That game.
But the local USBC, the Greater Springfield USBC, is giving out little plaques to all the league winners.
Yep.
So it's a 5-man team. They get 5 little plaques. And a guy named Zeke and I, we bowled a little late night doubles league, and we won it. Hashtag late night doubles, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably don't hashtag that. Ain't nothing there.
Yeah.
But anyways, check Zeke out. He sells a lot of Pokemon cards. If you're a Pokemon enthusiast, boom, he sells a lot of Pokemon cards. It's crazy. If only he bowled as good as he sold Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
had to bowl so good on the last night.
Well, you guys won it, so it bowled good enough, and they're nice plaques. I really like them.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. So shout out to everybody over there.
I'm hoping I get one this year.
Fantastic job. Our USBC money is going hard to work. You get stuff with it,
Yeah.
You might not get a 300 ring, but if you win a league, you get a little plaque.
Well, you can get a 300 ring. You just gotta.
Yeah, it's gonna be your first time.
Is it?
One in a lifetime, baby.
You can't, even if you bought it.
You can buy them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
but they provide the first one.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
All right, I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. But you want to just dive right on into the game scores?
Let's talk about the scores.
All right. So we're gonna have them ticking at the bottom, little what's leading with the name and then loaded cash. You can pause it. All the links to all the scores, the complete standings will be in the description. But we're gonna dive right in, talk a little bit about it. Not cover it too hard, but gonna give everybody a little list of what we got going on here.
Yep.
But yeah. So going into what am I reading here, Kendall? There we go.
The score sheet's complicated.
The score sheet is complicated. I didn't see what I was supposed to be reading here. So we got our scratch team event going on first. It is a team called Sweep the Leg. Okay. They had some pretty salty bowlers on it. Everybody was way better than me. I won't say that. Andrew Kane, Adam Ishman, a guy named Mark Clark. You're going to hear his name a lot. And a couple other guys, Ed, and I'm missing somebody who the name is, but it'll pop up in my head. Anyways, they shot a whopping 34-26 scratch.
That's big.
Pretty big team score to scratch to beat. Unfortunately, they didn't take over they did for about half a second take over the regular handicap team event, but that was about half a second. Another team bowled pretty well, which we'll get to. But fantastic bowling from Chandler, Arizona. 34-26. Incredible series that they shot. Way to bowl.
Good job. Way to go.
Yeah. Going into all events scratch now. You got Jared Wolf, who I think bowled week 2. Bowled amazing. Bowled pretty good at Nationals. You heard the name around. Nationals, Jared Wolf. Might be leading national all events also.
Oh, really?
He shot a lot. Yeah, he bowled really good. He shot 2,000 something up there, and
awesome.
2,000 something is pretty good at nationals. They're hard. With it, but anyways, Jared shot a little 21-39 out of Rogers, Arkansas. Great guy, great bowler. Him and I have bowled a couple things together in the past. Really like Jared. He's a nice guy. But moving on to the 6-game combine.
Yep.
Everybody doesn't know what the 6-game combine is. Takes your single score, your double score, boom, 6 games, right?
Yep.
It's a little side event action. It doesn't just come with a regular entry. When you do check-in, you can sign up at the front desk or at the check-in desk. It's like $5 or $10 extra to sign in. It's a separate prize fund, everything like that. But we got Jason Hutchinson from Fayette, Missouri. He's leading that bad boy with a little 14.95. It is a handicap event, but he bowled pretty good. Shot definitely a little bit over his average each set, 628, 643 on a $180 average. Not too crazy. Just had a good night. Bowling, you know?
Yeah, just threw it well.
Yeah, great bowling there. Moving right along into the doubles events, we got, I only got last names here. I'm sorry, I didn't get the first names, but we have Kay Winter and S. Tonin from Alexandria, Minnesota.
Okay.
You're going to hear that town here in a little bit also. So great bowling there with a little 14.48 for their handicap doubles event. Obviously, that's a pretty low score. Say that, relatively speaking, to some of the scores that we're going to get to. I mean, that's only a little 720 apiece. Nothing crazy. Shows that they are a little tighter all around. Obviously, each year, no matter what the tournament is, you get a little outliers, right? National, somebody always shoots something enormous, and then, you get the people that follow down the line. Same thing happens here. So I am expecting that 1440 to fall and to fall hard, but that's still a really good score. But it shows you how tough they are. And only 1440 halfway through the grader is leading doubles event. It normally takes about a 15 something to get that big check from the Greater Ozarks. All right, going into all events handicap. Said his name once. We're going to say it for the second time. Mark Clark from Chandler, Arizona. He put up an 803 in singles event.
That's
just did a little foreshadowing there what's going to come up. But he put a 22-21 up in all events handicap. The big number. He's a great bowler.
Congrats.
Yeah, he's a great bowler. Bowled awful in doubles, it looks like, as I'm reading the score. He had a 568 in doubles.
No.
But, you shoot a little 803 action, 580s, 560s, they disappear fast.
It's like, fast. Yeah. It's like, how'd you bowl? Well, I shot 800 and I shot 500.
Yeah, he's a consistent bowler. 803, 568, 715 in team event. But great bowling there. He's a fantastic bowler. Nothing to bat a stick at, or to shake a stick at with Mark. Now the big number that just got shot today.
Big team score.
Big,
where
huge.
we were. Massive.
Bigger than the sun. It was enormous. It was big.
The biggest score I've seen. Bigger than our high league
But
scores.
if they can shoot it, no offense to this team, so can you. So don't be scared to come and bowl this.
Yeah.
So this score comes all the way from Alexandria, Minnesota. The Fat Daddies won. What a team name.
Incredible team name.
Incredible. Maybe
why didn't I think of that?
But they shot a whopping. Drum roll, please. I expect you to insert that drum roll too.
All right.
37-17.
Okay.
Big. That was huge. Huge.
I like their chances.
Oh, their chances are about 98.5% that they're going to win this. This is enormous. And nothing shady about them. They all have, right around the average that they were shooting for the event. I mean, they obviously bowled better than their average, but it wasn't anything crazy. You didn't have a 180 average guy shoot 830. Two 220 average bowlers shot 770, 730 or something like that. The 190 average shot 580 or something like that. So it's all looks legit. Sounds good. Fantastic bowling by them.
Congrats.
Amazing. It's quite impressive. But moving on from that enormous score to another enormous score. I've mentioned this guy once already. I've mentioned this guy twice already.
Yeah. Number 3.
Mark Clark is leading singles with an 848. And he did shoot 803 scratch. He was getting a couple pins, about 10 a game.
Yeah, shoot 803 scratch.
Amazing games. Yeah, amazing bowling, Mark. You're tearing it up. He's leading scratch team event. He's in second in regular team event. He is leading all events handicap, and he is leading singles right now. And that 848, that is a big number.
Yep.
It is breakable. Once upon a time when I was a good bowler, I broke that one time. 31 and 32 at Enterprise, but that was a long time ago.
Was that your high series ever?
Yeah, 868.
Okay.
868. Threw a lot of strikes that day. And I even had to buy beer for frame one.
Was it the house? Is that the house record?
No, I was 10 off of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I stoned a 9 pin frame one, and I had to buy a round. And I took it off for 290. And I didn't hang it. We didn't hang anybody else that entire game. So
no.
Yeah, fun little fact with me there.
Well,
but yeah, those are the scores. They're gonna be down below. You can click the links. It'll be on the pages.
Yep.
But yeah, moving along to some individual success this weekend. Yep. We got a lot. We had some 300s, some 800s. It was fantastic. I already mentioned it. Mark Clark tore it up, shot 300 in team event. I got a video of that. He was doing a dueling 300 for a little bit. The guy on his team had 299 to his 300, which was impressive. On that same team, Ed shot 300 his last game of the team event. So they both fantastic, just to be in second place by 190 pins or something like that, which is insane. Then we also had there's an 800 shot in there somewhere. Mark shot that 803 in singles and in team event. I'm going to get it here. I got it right here. Or not. That's a cool story, bro. Bear with me. It is here. Scrolling through all my messages. Kevin Jenkins. Okay. He bowled on the other team that Mark bowled with, so the opposite team. He shot 813. Came out to 290 his last game to claim that 813. Fantastic bowling. I got some of those videos. I don't have all of them. I got Mark's 300. I got the 299. I might be able to find some video of the 813 for Kevin, and maybe the 300 for Ed as well, barring that these people will respond to me.
Well, we'll do our best.
Yeah, we'll try. We got some video for you guys. But yeah, that's kind of a little weekend recap for what we had this weekend. Huge week. If the score's like this weekend, I'm changing the shot next year, and I'm making it a flat 1-to-1 ratio U.S. Open pattern.
U.S. Open, let's go.
Get railed. So, yeah. What else we got going on?
So, also, we want to give a shout out to our high school bowling program. Just yesterday, they finished up their season with the championships in Willard. Won it all, and it was an incredible match. Went all 3 games, came down to the 10th frame. I believe it was Aiden that threw 3 strikes.
Aiden. We've mentioned Aiden before. He's one of our favorite employees over at Enterprise. He's a fantastic kid. Pretty solid bowler. I think he's going to Drury University next year.
And they all threw strikes that game, and it was tight the whole way. So it was super fun
fantastic.
To
watch. Way to go. They got a stud coach, too. Ted coaches Drury University. But yeah, fantastic bowling. Parker Watson's on that team also. Works for me here. He's a fantastic kid. Yeah, congrats.
Yep. Great bowling to all of them. We can move on to our guest that we teased a little bit. You interviewed this past weekend. You want to go ahead and let them know who it was? Yeah, so the guest was none other than Michael Dole. He is the Brunswick Central Region brand manager, the Brunswick. So Deviate, Radical, Brunswick, Hammer Track, Ebonite, and Hammer. Those 7 fantastic companies. Mm-hmm. We had him here. He was fantastic. I'm so glad I got him before he bowled because it would have the content might have been better. Well, if we would have got him afterwards. He opened up with a 130 game. It was rough. It was cringeworthy to watch. And to add insult to wound in the 10th frame, he could have at least thrown a 3-bagger to get to 150, and he stoned an 8-pin. I mean, stone cold killed that 8-pin. 8-pin had no chance. You couldn't drill him a new hammer effect real quick? Lay it out? I couldn't do anything about it. I just had to sit there and watch and cringe at it. And that's the same lane that the guy shot 813. That was a lefty. No way. He was a lefty shooting 813. So. Oh, the left side. I'm like 95% sure he said he was a lefty. Anyways, we're going to go ahead. Here's that video. Ready. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am here with a very important guest this evening.
He is a 2-time regional champion, runner-up at the Proprietors Cup, which I think is more impressive than a regional win. He is my pony at the Springfield Doubles most years when he doesn't bail on me. He is the Midwest regional sales rep for the Brands of Brunswick. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Dole.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going today?
Everything's great. We're here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, it is beautiful. Actually, it is really beautiful outside.
Hey, it's warmer
gorgeous.
than Michigan,
Yeah.
so I'm good.
Yeah. Michigan's rough up there.
Yeah.
It's so cold and snowy at times.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We're just going to do a little talking real fast, go over a couple bowling balls that you guys got coming out.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about the grader, and we'll let Mike get up there and get stretched out and warmed up, and he's not as young as he used to be,
Yeah.
so he can bowl.
It's rough.
So how many times have you came and bowled the grader? Do you have any idea?
I got to be in 10 years, because obviously at Lindenwood we came down when I was at Lindenwood, so that started in 2007, 2008. Then obviously a couple years off when I was like in the pro shops in Illinois. It's got to be 10 years plus.
Nice.
I've been with this group now for 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
With Andrew Kane and all them. So.
Oh, wow. Stacked team.
I'm on the B team.
There's an Adam Ishman up there, too.
There's an Adam Ishman up there. There's a Chris Clerk. I'm on the B team.
You're on the B team?
Yeah, I'm on the B
I'd
team.
be on the C.
Yeah,
I couldn't even make the B. So, you guys ever do any good here? You guys?
They've won like 4 times.
Wow. Not you,
yeah,
though?
no. I seem to bowl okay. You know,
You're a good cheerleader.
Yeah, I've had a couple good 6-game sets over at singles and doubles, and
All right.
team event I bowled okay. It's just never had I don't think I've had a win or anything here. But again, first couple years it was all a bunch of young kids, and we had no idea what we were just coming to have a
chuck
good
the ball
weekend,
in.
and yeah, exactly.
Chuck the ball, hit it, and maybe have a drink or
Exactly.
9.
Or 9 and go out to the bars till we started bowling the next morning. You know.
Fair
kind of
enough.
thing.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Well, we got a couple pieces in front of us, some releases that just dropped with the Brands of Brunswick. We have the Hammer Effect and the Ebonite GB5.
Game Breaker 5, yeah.
I love the GB. I mean, you know me.
Yeah.
What did you throw? Shocker.
Game Breaker. Yeah. I asked when he was going to Nationals how many Game Breakers were going to be in his bag. I expected Envy Tours, Obsession Tours, and Game Breakers.
Well, that was one of my 2 bags.
Yeah,
literally, Envy Tour, Game Breaker 2, and GB4 hybrid.
Right. That's funny.
That was a bag. But you want to talk about them a little bit? What do we got going on here?
So Game Breaker 5 is the newest addition to the Game Breaker line. We're just increasing the cover strength. We just recently discontinued the GB4 Solid, which was the first Game Breaker we came back with after the acquisition. Okay. And it was a really strong Game Breaker, which was uncharacteristic of a Game Breaker. And then obviously we've accompanied the GB2 back in the line and the GB4 Hybrid, GB4 Pro, which were successful. So with new cover stock technology and HK22, we've come up with a GB5 that's not quite as early as the GB4 because that one was pretty early and smooth.
Yeah.
This one has a continuation. Reminds me more of like the original Game Breaker because the GB2 is a little bit cleaner, a little more shaped down lane. This reminds me more of like the original Game Breaker with the lower RG and the bigger cover.
Sooner.
Correct. So this one's just definitely going to be a little bit stronger, better for the fresh because the GB2 is more for Game 2, Game 3, or when they're kind of shorter, a little bit just a smoother benchmark piece. Yeah. So I feel like this one for heavier ball speeds or guys that just need that bigger symmetric shape, this one's going to be really good.
I love the Game Breaker series. One of the best series, I think, of all time.
For sure.
I've thrown pretty much every single one of them, from the original, the Phenoms, to where we are now, 3s, 4s. And I haven't punched this bad boy up, but I'm itching to drill this ball up. I'm super excited.
Well, you should drill new balls, Kendall.
Now, speaking of drilling new balls, I did drill the new hammer ball, the Effect.
Well, you're a hammer staffer. You should drill it.
Did not make it out of my bag of Nationals. I didn't really need it. I put a ton of polish on it, so it went way too long.
Right.
But tell us about that. What do we got here?
So, obviously, Effect is the new highest performance hammer ball. We are extremely excited about this. This is a new version of HK22 with the cohesion additive to the cover. Okay. You're going to notice something different about this ball, that it has a little bit of a citrus smell to it, and that's just the additive. We're not scenting bowling balls at any point. Okay. But this new additive we've been working on for almost 2 years now, and in testing, we were like, man, this cover is really great, but the citrus smell, there's another company that obviously makes balls that have scents, and now with the patent up now, we're able to use this additive and not feel like we're going to get in trouble.
Fair enough.
This is probably one of the strongest HP hammer balls that we've ever come out with.
It's pretty big.
And it's been very successful so far. It's already the best-selling HP ball since we acquired Hammer.
Oh, really?
And it's only been out for 5 weeks.
Oh,
so it's extremely successful based off of the Black Widow 2.0 hybrid cover stock with the new cohesion additive. It's definitely stronger pearl that you can get in and move, and it still makes that quick angular motion down lane, but doesn't miss the mid lane.
It is a fantastic ball. I've only thrown it 4 games because I punched it up, drilled league or for league, and then I flew out the Nationals. And
right.
I didn't throw it out there, but it was great. I think I shot like 740 with it.
Absolutely.
Out here at Sunshine on our house shot, not the grader.
Right.
Little easier house shot out here. But no, these are exciting pieces. I didn't know it was the highest selling HP ball you guys have had out since then. Which
Correct.
Is,
and another cool thing, this is the first 4-color high performance ball in bowling.
Oh, that's it. Oh,
Yeah. So
I guess there is
usually
4 colors.
usually
Look
when
at
usually when you get to 4 colors, they get a little muddy and they mix in too well. And this one you can visibly see
Yeah,
all
I can
4
see that. I
colors
didn't
as
even-
you're going. Yeah,
I didn't
it's a
even
pretty
notice
cool.
that.
It's a pretty cool thing when you see it in the test lab. You're like, wait a second, that's got 4 colors.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. I just started
Yep.
counting when he said that. So
Absolutely.
these bad boys are out. They're on the market. You can go
Absolutely.
to your local shop.
Yep.
We have the Balls of Fame Pro Shop here at Sunshine and Enterprise Park Lanes.
Yep.
If you guys are coming to Bowl the Grader, you can get them punched up here.
Yep.
But I think I saw some teasers a couple days ago. There's a couple new pieces that just got announced from Track in Columbia
and Brunswick.
and Brunswick.
Yeah.
They're not out yet.
Nope.
But quick
absolutely.
talk about those.
Kaboom, the Columbia New 300 mid-price Pearl Ball. If you see the video, you see a really bad lefty in the video because they got.
Does the name rhyme with Mike and Dole?
It does a little
Oh,
bit,
okay.
yeah. So the Kaboom is going to be a mid-price symmetric Pearl Ball. For me, it's a little bit higher RG, but it gives you that mid-lane shape that a lot of higher RG shiny balls really don't.
Yeah.
So it kind of fits my speed a little bit, and I think it's going to be really good for those league bowlers that just want a strong symmetric Pearl, but not break the bank.
Yeah. Awesome.
The Cypher is a bringback of the old sensor core from track days, the old core, original core. Yeah, a higher RG, big solid ball. Comparing to the balls that are already in the line, it's going to fit right in between where the Stealth Solid is, and then right above where the Sensor Solid is.
Okay.
So a little bit stronger cover than the Sensor Solid, but not near as much core as the Stealth. And then the new HP ball from Brunswick is the Beyond Infinity. So the Infinity was a asymmetric ball we released during Bowl Expo last year, it's a different version of a asymmetric high performance ball, because usually on the high symmetric balls, the intermediate diff is so high to make them flare more.
Yeah.
But this one was a little bit different because we put a stronger cover on it, but a very low intermediate diff, similar to kind of like the MV Tour was, where you get a little bit of shape, but the core doesn't overpower it, so it burns up. So the Beyond Infinity is the Pearl version with HK22, and it's a very cool looking Easter egg colors kind of looking bowling ball. Yeah.
The teasers were great.
Yeah,
Then they revealed
exactly.
them. They're all great color schemes on all the bowling balls.
Yep.
When did these roughly come out?
These are going to be April 15th, I believe, the second Thursday in April or something like that.
Perfect.
It's like 12 days from now or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So coming up, you can start pre-ordering all those. You go to any of your shops, whether you're in St. Louis, New York, Springfield, whatever. You go to any shops, you pre-order them, and you get those in.
Go to the pro.
Out here in a couple weeks.
Yep. Go to your local pro shop and get them ordered. Like I said, they come out in I think it's roughly 12 days. So it's our release days are always on Thursdays. Kendall put me on the spot, and I forgot to look up the date. So that's my apologies. So hopefully my boss doesn't see this. But everything's good. Like I said, these balls are available now, along with a couple other balls that came out with these. The Radical Conspiracy, Outer Limits Pearl, which if you come up and watch
your Outer Limits.
I love Outer Limits. If you come up and watch Adam Ishman bowl, since he drilled it, his first game in league average has been 298.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
He's been bowling great with it. He'll probably throw that a bunch.
Room for improvement.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Deviate Hater came out along with these as well. So,
Yeah.
a lot of great stuff out from us right now. It's kind of hard to choose when, we fly to a tournament like this and we actually ship bowling balls. It's hard to pick
Yeah, I
six
can't get into my
sometimes.
office.
Yeah.
I'm barricaded. I had to jump over them.
It's not like Kendall works anyway, so he's not in his office anyways. But
was in
he was in
Vegas,
Vegas. He was
I
in
was in
Vegas.
Vegas this
So
week,
yeah,
so.
exactly. But yeah, no, the great products right now, and obviously we still have the hottest ball in the market between the Effect and the Black Widow 3.0, which is incredible.
We sold a lot here. So.
Absolutely.
But anyways, I appreciate you coming on and
Absolutely.
talking with us. Hopefully we'll have more guests like him in the near future.
Yep.
But good luck out there. And
Thanks, sir.
shoot some
Appreciate it.
scores. And if not, leave your equipment so I can get some new balls punched.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Bless
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect.
So thank you, Mike, for sitting down with us. Great interview.
Thank you.
Sorry you didn't bowl better, but
There's always next
better
year,
luck
man.
next year.
Yep. There's always the Springfield 10K doubles. Maybe he'll bowl that with me.
Ooh,
Or maybe Longview. Maybe I'll make my reappearance at Longview.
his grand return.
My grand
returning
return.
champ.
I've never been back. I went undefeated with Blake DeMoore.
And
I've
skated
never,
out
I've
at like 3
never,
in the morning.
I've never been back ever. Yeah, just scared it out there with our 20 grand, pretty much.
Yep. So I heard you went to nationals last week.
I did.
How'd that go? Do you have
I
any
did.
amazing stories? All right.
Oh,
He bowled nationals. All right. Enough said. Enough
I
said.
showed up. I made my plane flights. The casino took my money.
Oh no! It's just
Yeah.
well, that's Vegas.
not much to gamble,
Another good year.
So.
Oh well.
But no, it was good. It was they're definitely a little harder this year. I think 2020 there was no nationals. 21 they wanted people to come, so they made them easier. 22 they made them easy. Last year they made singles and doubles like nearly impossible. They were hard at
I
singles
thought
and
so,
doubles
too.
last year.
I thought it was just me that was suffering.
No, they were hard.
Okay. All right.
And the team event was pretty easy last year as well. Wasn't too bad.
Okay.
But then this year, it's like they softened singles and doubles from last year, but raised team event in difficulty. So they kind of like meshed them together and made them both harder from like the 21-22 season. They're very playable. Don't get me wrong. Their scores obviously can be shot. A guy named Perry Cromwell mauled him out there. He just took like top 10 or something like that, top 5. I don't know. He shot something big. But it was good. Brought 6 balls out. I really only threw 2. Went through a Game Breaker 2 remake, and I threw an NV tour.
So you're a pretty seasoned tournament bowler for these team events. What, like, when you're going to a tournament, how do you decide which balls to bring? Because you have access to, I'm sure other people have.
It just depends. What's kind of going to be out there. I mean, I always bring a staple. I always bring something pretty weak. It's typically always urethane ball in my bag. Those balls that everybody has, it's just like, man, they just fit a little bit better.
Just
right?
your favorite?
They feel, So, I'm always going to bring a Game Breaker, which is, that mid, slightly lower, a little cleaner bowling ball that it feels good in my hand. The NV Tour is just a stronger version of that, in my opinion. I feel like it's not exactly, but the way it shapes for me, NV Tour, and my next logical move off of that is going to be a Game Breaker. But, then I bring something that's like big and shiny, or something shinier. But yeah, I mean, you kind of, something that goes long and hooks a ton, something that goes long and doesn't hook, is a great combo. Something that reads a little earlier and doesn't hook, and something that reads a little earlier and hooks a ton. And then, you kind of fill in the pieces. So something like a urethane ball's going to be that early, not hook at all. And then you just put some balls that you just love in your bag. Like I brought 6 balls. I brought a urethane, a purple hammer, but an NV Tour, a Game Breaker 2, a Game Breaker 4, an Effect that I mirror shined and didn't even think about bringing it out of my bag, and an Extreme NV. So that Extreme NV, big ball, right? Yeah. Big, strong, ASIM, solid ball. And then the next logical move down from that is an NV Tour.
Yeah. And
then the next logical ball down from that, and is that GB2. Maybe a GB4 is in there. It's got a little bigger motor in it, so it kind of burns up a little faster. So, there's stuff there. The Effect is going to be that bigger, shinier ball, a little cleaner down lane, a lot on the back end.
Yeah.
And then a urethane ball, just I need to keep everything simple, trap it in front of me. So, just kind of depends. Nationals is different. I got to carry them and lug them through the giant casino.
Yeah.
So I'm not bringing a lot.
You can't bring. It's not like, we're going to Oklahoma. Just how many cars can we, or how many balls can we fit in the Civic?
Costs, $100 to ship my bowling balls.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I'm not bringing a lot. So I really narrow it down to
have to be a
pieces I love with some diversity to it.
And part of that is understanding your equipment and knowing what the progression is from.
Yeah, but if you have something strong, medium, and weak, you're gonna be in good shape for the most part if you know how to shot make. For me, it was more like finding how to strike. The pocket wasn't hard, right? Team event. I watched me bowl up like 6, 10 pins in a row. It was brutal, and it wasn't that like I had the right ball. I couldn't get the ball to go through the pins properly, which could have been the wrong ball.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get anything else to shape into the pocket. It was just tweaking my hand. I went from normal release to the most aggressive I could get, and I finally got the 10 pin to kick out for 230 my last game in team event. After I shot 160 the game before because I couldn't do anything. So it was there. I shot a little 1897. Nothing to laugh about, but nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
It's gonna beat the most, but get beat by a lot. Went like 580 in team, 630 in singles or in doubles, and then 670 in singles. Shot 260 my last game to win it all. So, but it was good. It was fun. Nationals, even the greater in some respect, I like team bowling.
Yeah.
Playing the lanes together. It didn't work out for us this year. We all were right in practice, trying to throw like up 5-4, create a little bump, and I don't know if we had too big of balls, some of us or whatnot. We kind of blew a hole in the front of the pattern, so the ball kind of hooked a little bit too early. So we couldn't be in front of it, but then we didn't quite get the pattern broke down lane. So as I was going across the pattern, having a 10-pin problem, the ball would shape and see it, and then it'd hydroplane for a split second, and then it would go. I got the ball back every time, but it was just giving it that.
Just giving extra.
It finally burnt the spot. Casey Murphy and I, were firing at that spot, and we finally burned the spot up. And we had pretty decent last games there. I went 2/3 of the last game. I can't remember what Casey had, but it was a grind. It was a very hard, grounded out 580, which I think my last 3 team events I shot 670 in or something like that. So definitely a little bit harder.
Yeah, I think that's something that I hear you and Casey and your teams talk about, but not everyone else. Not like how to play a tournament pattern together as a team, how to create that friction in a spot so that you're going to be able to score later on.
Nationals brings everybody out.
Yeah.
Everybody comes up nationals. touring pros, avid amateurs like me, has-beens, and then the people that are out there for, man, it's in Las Vegas, I'm going to get some cheap drinks and gamble and bowling if I make it in time, voila. So, for that regular division, which Nationals is separated into divisions, that top division, if you're not playing together as a team with a strategy, you're not going to win, right?
Yeah.
You might have a good game, right? You might shoot a huge game one, right, as a team. You might shoot, 1,200. Good, right? Big number out there this year for a series. But, you shoot 1,200 and shoot 800 the next game.
Yeah.
Because you're not playing right. You got one guy out here trying to go up a lane. You got another guy going left with a big ball that seemed to 80 grit, and then everything in between, and it's just not going to do it. This guy's going to move and ram right into everything else that everybody was playing in. He's got no prayer, and he's got to make a triple move. You got other people that should have been too big of a ball, and now they ball down. Well, they really shouldn't have been there, so now they got like double ball down. It just takes that much longer. Yeah. You should see the messages I get from Casey Murphy.
Yeah.
On how to play a lane.
Casey is.
I get. Man, there's some.
I mean, I think it's incredible the amount of detail and attention he goes. I've seen his spreadsheets. I haven't looked into the details, but
that is how to play Nationals.
Well, we better hide it. We don't want to tell everyone. Show it to me.
Yeah, it didn't work. Good luck.
It didn't work. But
I mean, it's
going in with a game plan.
Tulsa,
as a team.
when we went in bold Greater Tulsa this past year, book, and it's
Tulsa on a house shot pretty much. But I mean, he wants to win, and if you want to win, that's what you got to do.
You have to have a strategy.
You have to have a strategy, and unfortunately, it didn't work out in team event. We had a couple guys,
and I mean,
good,
if you're putting a team together, it's not just I'm just going to grab the 5 highest average guys. I got guys who are going to want to play here with me. We're going to cooperate. They're going to be comfortable with our strategy.
Yeah, and I think we're going to change some stuff up next year. Some of the guys are getting a little older in our group. They can't get left with Casey and I and some other people. So I think we're going to make some changes. How much I hate it. I like bowling with Steve. Pretty much like a dad to me. But I'm bailing on him, and he's stepping aside because he just can't get left with me.
Yeah,
and he just gets lost on our pair. But Casey and I throw a ball, relatively similar, not exact. And if Casey tells me, dude, I aced that ball and I went 4-pin.
Yeah.
Guess what I'm doing? I'm moving left, right? Or Casey goes, did you see that? Did you throw that good? I'm like, yeah, I feel really good. He goes, you missed a head pin, right? And I go, yeah, whoops. And, so, we can feed off each other. And, Casey and I put some numbers up. Matt Harper had a really good set. He shot like 720. He's like top 20 in singles. Had a chance to take the lead, but he goes Brooklyn 5-pin in the 10th. To not take the lead. He could have been top 9 or something like that. And he Brooklyn 5-pinned.
Couldn't trip it out.
He did in the spill ball. He went Brooklyn.
Oh.
Yeah. Front 5, 10-pin, strike on the right lane, Brooklyn strike on the left lane, strike on the right lane, Brooklyn 5-pin, Brooklyn strike. That's how he hit. So he got a little nervous.
Close.
But he bowled fantastic. Love that kid.
Yep.
He's a great kid. Just got married.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, a few months ago now. Yeah. But Nationals is fantastic. If you like Nationals, you're going to like the Greater Ozarks. Typically, we're easier than Nationals.
Yep.
But
yeah, I think that wraps up everything we want to talk about today.
The last thing is, we still got spots open. Sign up. Call, email, text, whatever.
Yep.
Try to get some spots in. We're limited this year, just because we're getting into the thick of it, and we're halfway through. But we still have spots available. If you're interested, give them a call. Matt's fantastic. My sister, she's okay. Hey,
Jeez.
Live with her. But and if you don't know you want to make it this year, sign up now for next year. The spots are filling. We are taking entries for 2025, and some weekends are already getting pretty full. So if you're like, hey, look at that, these two goons look like fun, we should go hang out with them one day.
Let us know.
All 12 of our subscribers. But we're gonna get there.
Hey, if you're a subscriber and you're out here, come talk to us.
I'm
definitely
on. But sign up because it is starting to fill, and the more we get into the tournament and these big weekends in April, May, we're gonna be.
It's tough. Yep. But anyways,
that's all I got. Pleasure.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you.
Out.
The goo.
The goobly gobbler.
Need to make a goosh.